Good morning, crochet crafters. We're on part 2 of our pear 100% cotton amigurumi pot holder / trivet. And in the last video it was running a little long, so I wanted to show you how to cast on your stem. So what I've done is I've left the green on the end of the pot holder at the top of the pear, and I'm going to go ahead and work through the hole I was just in. And what I'm doing is I'm grabbing my yarn from behind and I'm just pulling it through those loops from the green, and I'm going to cast off the green by just pulling it through, and then I tighten the green. Now you can work your tail in if you want, but I tend not to do that for the stem because it sometimes will make it a little bulky. I'll just sew it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and chain one, and at the top here you can see there's 2 distinct stitches that I did when I came back around and up doing the trim, and I'm just doing 2 singles in each one of those stitches, and I'm chaining. And it's a really easy pattern because as you come around you're just going to go ahead in there and do another one. This is an all natural stem that I'm doing with kind of an all natural fiber, so it's a little bit different than the cotton that I've been using. And you're just going to go ahead and turn it, make sure you chain on each side, and you're just basically doing a single stitch twice all the way up and chaining, and that's pretty much it. Now I have a little gap here where I grabbed those 2 stitches. It's not going to be a problem. Don't even worry about it, because when you add your leaf, it won't be a problem. So I cut that off, and I just chained one here, and I'm going to work it back through. But the reason I chained one is to just give it that extra added support when I do use my crochet needle, and I'm going to work that back in with my crochet needle, and I'm going to let you do that because you can do that on your own time. Now the other thing I'm going to do is just cut that off and work the green back in, and I'm using a 100% lily sugar and cream kind of this is kind of what I call, I think it's a sage color. So we're going to use sage, and we're going to make a leaf. Now there's a lot of different ways you can make leaves. You can put a couple of them on. I make a leaf in a very easy one-sided leaf pattern. So go ahead and get your yarn onto your crochet hook. I'm using the same size hook, by the way. I haven't switched, size 5. And I'm going to go ahead and chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I might even chain, because I have to do 5 and work my way up. So you have 6. This one doesn't count. You're going to work into that. So the first one that you go through, you're going to do a single crochet. And the next one you're going to do what's called a half double crochet. So that's going to go like this. Pull it through again, and then pull it through. So you're doing a half double crochet. And the next one, you're doing a double crochet. So you're graduating up the stitches in order to make that leaf pattern. And it's really, you can graduate it up any way you want. It's basically graduating the stitches up. And I'm going to do a treble. I wrap around twice. I come through. I pull through 1. I pull through 2. And I pull through 3. And that's your treble stitch. And now I'm going to graduate back down, and I'm going to graduate back down using not a half double. I'm going to just use I'm going to use a half double, not a double. So what I kind of did was I made a leaf that's a little pointier on one side than the other. And then I might go ahead and do a slip stitch, and I'm going to probably work that tail back in. So see, that's the leaf I've chosen, but you can do whatever you want. So if you want to add a couple more singles in here and you want to make it wider, you can do a few more treble stitches. I'm just going to cut my yarn, pull it through, and then I'm going to sew it. And the one thing I do want to just tell you to be careful when you sew it, because I'm not going to do it on YouTube for you. I worked my tail back into, which is kind of precarious, but I'll cut that off. When you sew it, you can sew it across that hole like that. You can sew it like this, and you can sew it like that. I'm going to work it this way. I'm going to work only in these front loops because I don't want it to show on the back. So as I'm doing my sewing and everything, I'm going to make sure that when I do that, I'm only going to go through the front loops. And that's it for today. That's really the pot holder. And as you go through and you make yours and you want to upload some pictures or videos or give me comments or feedback, if you like these, just let me know. The other thing that I didn't do, which you could do, is if you wanted to make a chain hook for this, you can also just sew this through like this, or make it smaller when you sew through and leave that on that side. I would probably make it like about that size so that you can just hook it on a hook in your kitchen, and that would be great. All right, have a great day, folks. Talk to you soon. Take care.